Hey everyone, this is an unboxing of the Xiaomi Mi A1. So I know I'm really late with this, apologies, I just got the phone, but this is really excited about this device because this is basically Xiaomi hardware but with stock Android. So as you can see, I'm not shooting this at home today, I am instead shooting at a park in Hong Kong. So let me rip this plastic wrapper open. Okay. Okay, so the body looks just like the standard Xiaomi Mi 5X. It's a very premium feeling metal body. Bezel's kind of large, so unfortunately. But you know, this is a budget phone. Okay, pretty bare bones packaging. Not much to unbox. So you have a power adapter, a USB-C cable. Yeah, USB-C cable. Power adapter, and that's it, just a warranty piece of paper. So that's it. Let me peel this off. Okay, so it's a bit hard to see right now because the sun is so bright, so I will be back. Let me go somewhere with better lighting. Hey everybody, I'm back. So first things first, I want to address a slight flaw with this device. Earlier in the unboxing video, remember at the end of the unboxing when I took out the phone, I wanted to show you the boot up screen, but it wouldn't really show well on the video because I was under direct sunlight. So that is an issue with this phone. I was using this outdoors with brightness on full, and it was indeed a little bit hard to see. Now it doesn't look as bad as how it looks in the video right now. In real life, I can actually see the screen, but it's faint. Considering that this is a budget device though, that costs just like a little over 200 bucks, I can forgive it. But if this is a flagship device, this will be a big problem. So looking at the hardware, you see that you have a 5.5-inch display. It looks nice. It's a metal phone, but this is a dated design. I mean, I've been using an LG V30, and you put the two phones side by side, and it's not even close in terms of looks. So in fact, the two phones are very similar in size. In fact, the Xiaomi Mi A1 is actually a little bit taller, but the display, the LG display is just a lot bigger. But moving past that, you look at the phone. The back, I really like this kind of curved antenna lines. That's, you know, very similar. This is the same look that was on the OnePlus 5 and Vivo V7 and probably like 5 other Oppo phones. That's just a Chinese thing that everyone just copy off of each other. Fingerprint reader, it's really fast and accurate. Works like 100% of the time. So metal back, very sturdy, very premium. I like that the camera bump doesn't stick out that much. It's very subtle. So overall, it's a very sleek device. On the left side, you have a SIM card slot. On the bottom, you have a headphone jack, a USB-C charger port for charging, single speaker grill. On the right side, you have a power button, volume rocker. On the top, you have a mic and a IR blaster. Yeah, I forgot the name for a second. The front panel is completely flat, so it feels a little bit weird in the hand for me now because I've gotten so used to using the LG V30 or the Samsung Galaxy Note 8, which is curved on the front. You know, every flagship phone is curved around the edges right here. So when I use this, it feels a little bit weirdly sharp in the corner. Another thing I don't like about the phone, the hardware buttons. As you can see, they're already mapped to their preset. The back button is right here on the right side. There's no way to fix that. I don't know why Xiaomi's doing this right now, because even on the Xiaomi Mi Note 2 last year, you are able to swap the buttons because Xiaomi just didn't assign the buttons already. It just had two dots on the right and the left, so you can change them how you like them. But now apparently you can't. Xiaomi just forces you to use the back button on the right side, which sucks because Google itself wants the back button on the left side, and I like it on the left side. At least give us the option to change, you know. So other than that, the phone it's pretty good. So this is a stock Android, obviously. It's 7.1.2 though, unfortunately. It's not the newest 8.0 Nougat, but it's very bare. So these are, I already downloaded like 4 apps, so if you ignore the 4 apps, that's all the apps that come with the phone, so very minimal. The only bloat is the Mi Store right here, and this, like the Mi Xiaomi feedback. Otherwise, the home screen's like naked. You swipe to the right, you have Google Now, and on the left, these are new apps I downloaded, so there's like nothing. Because of stock Android, you can't bring down a notification shade by swiping from the middle anymore. You have to swipe from the top. I've always had a problem with it because if I'm using the phone one-handed, like I can't reach the top of the screen. It's not like I have small hands, so I have to like really extend and adjust my grip to bring the notification shade down. And that's one of the problems I've always had with stock Android. I prefer if they give you an option to bring it down. MIUI lets you do that. Let's look at the hardware specs through device info. So you have a Snapdragon 625 chipset, which is good. It's definitely good enough for 99% of consumers, because this was on the Xiaomi Mi Max 2 and a couple of other phones. So you have Android 7.1.2. The display, it's a 5.5 inch 1080p panel, IPS LCD. So you have 4 gigs of RAM and supposedly 64 gigs of storage, but it's really 50 out of the box. The camera is dual 12 megapixel, but only f2.2 aperture, so it might struggle in low light. Battery, you have a 3000 milliamp battery. So I ran this thing on Geekbench earlier. Scored a 3620 multi-core, single core 844. So single core is kind of bad, but multi-core it's fine. It's pretty solid. So this is a very bare bones phone. If you go into settings, there's like virtually nothing. Like all the customizations that you might be used to with Xiaomi phones, like being able to long press a button to bring up certain things, it's not here. This is stock Android. So even though the phone runs stock Android, the camera app is still Xiaomi's camera app. So that means you do get the cool filters that I'm a fan of from previous Xiaomi phones. And also, you get this 2x zoom button that, you know, every phone with the dual cameras are doing now. Apple started, so now everybody's doing the dual cameras. And you can of course shoot bokeh mode. Let's try it with Groot really quick. Okay, so the effects looks quite good. It actually, the blur manages to crop around Groot's uneven haircut pretty nicely. So I'll show you a couple more samples of bokeh shots right here. And otherwise, you go into options, you have a panorama, manual control, group selfies, tilt shift, beautify. Unfortunately, the manual control, you still cannot see the real-time results as you're changing exposure or ISO. Because you know how usually in other phones when you have manual control, when you're changing ISO, the lighting changes. So it's unfortunate that Xiaomi phone still does not let you do that. So that means it's kind of pointless having manual control then. You can't see the changes that you're making. Okay, so this phone uses does not have a gallery app on its own. You use Google Photos. So let's have a quick look at some photo samples. I think overall the camera is really good, but you know, I've only tested this in the day so far, so I haven't really tested it. I haven't gotten a chance to test it at night yet, but details are really good. The contrast is a little bit off, I think, like in terms of color accuracy. But the bokeh mode, it's really good. So now let's look at a video sample. So this is recorded off 1080p, Full HD. You do have the option to record in 4K, but when you record in 4K, it becomes a lot jerkier. You lose optical image stabilization. So right now there's OIS. So I'm zooming in right here, and you see it's pretty bad when you zoom in. The sound recording is also a little bit flat. But the OIS is pretty solid. So one cool thing about this phone is that it has a 10-volt audio amplifier. So that means the music, when you play back music on this, it sounds a little louder and more full than other budget devices. I tested it earlier, and it definitely sounds better than other budget phones. But keyword budget phone, it still can't compare it to an LG V30 with a hi-fi DAC, obviously. But the audio quality on this, it's good if you're listening on headphones. So now let's check out the loudspeaker. You know where I'm gonna go if you watch my videos. K-pop. So no, I actually don't listen to K-pop normally, I swear. I listen to like indie rock, but I just think K-pop videos are good for testing because the colors are so vibrant and they're not copyright. Because when I try to go to Kanye or Jay-Z, I get a stupid copyright violation notice. So viewing angles are good. You can tilt the phone all the way to the side and the color does not shift. I mean, this is an LCD panel. So 50% volume. So even though it's just a single bottom fine speaker, it sounds good. You should see. Yeah, you can't just muffle it. Even if you just, well, you can muffle it, okay. But a lot better than most of the budget phones. Yeah, so just testing on the video here. So I have to turn the sound off on this because if I let this song come out, I'll probably get a copyright notice from stupid Green Day or whatever the record label is. Like, American music labels are so damn greedy. I don't even put ads in my damn videos, man. So why can't I just play a song for 2 seconds? So anyway, that's it for now with the Mi A1. It's a very solid device. I think it's a little bit bare. I kind of wish stock Android had more customization. And you know, obviously I'm used to the bezel-less look now, so this kind of is an eyesore for me. And I really cannot get over the back button on the right side. But this is a good budget option. The phone is fast, and it's clean, and it's cheap. And you know, Xiaomi hardware is very nice. Thanks for watching.